This is Mr. Elmhorst with the math lesson where we are looking at classifying rational numbers, including natural numbers. Our definition is going to be all defined numbers for our number line. They're going to be defined as rational numbers. If we can define them as a decimal number, positive, negative, or zero, they are going to be rational. Now, some of the numbers, if we add further definition to them, if they don't have any decimals, but they're a positive, negative, or zero, no decimal numbers, we will call them rational and integers. Now, some of the numbers that are defined as only positive or zero, so there's further definition, rational integers. Out of all those numbers, if it's only positive or zero, we can also label those numbers whole numbers. And the last group, if it's rational integer whole numbers, if the number is only a positive number without zero, all positive numbers without zero or any decimals, we can also call those natural numbers. So all these definitions fall under the rational number category, first and foremost, but then some numbers will be called rational, integers, whole numbers, and natural. So what does that look like on a number line? Well, any number that is positive, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are whole numbers. That's incorrect. These are natural numbers. And then all of these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're called natural numbers, but they can also be called whole numbers. But the whole numbers group will be starting with 0. So 0 is a whole number, and then all the other whole numbers are going to be the natural numbers. And then we have the complete number here, the complete number line, which includes the negatives, the positives, and 0, and these are going to be called integers. So 1, the number 1, 2, 3 is a natural number, but it also belongs to whole numbers and it also belongs to integers. And 0, 0 is a whole number, an integer, and then all of these numbers on the number line and the little numbers in between that we could possibly define, all numbers are going to be part of the largest group is rational numbers. And that's going to include all the partial numbers or the decimal numbers in between. So all of these numbers above are going to fall into the first category of rational numbers, which are going to be numbers that you can define numbers. So it has a decimal that stops or that it is predetermined what it is. So these numbers can be grouped visually down below. And the visual diagram down below, first we're going to start with natural numbers. So natural numbers are going to be positive numbers only. But notice that the natural numbers are also part of the larger rational number category. So examples would be 1, 2, 3, 50, right? And then when we go from natural numbers to whole numbers, all of these positive numbers are going to go in here to the whole numbers group, but then the only difference is whole numbers will include 0. All right, let me clean that up just a little bit. All right, so all of these numbers are going to go into the bigger box here of integers, and that's going to include positive numbers, 0, and negative whole numbers. But down below here, all of these, there's no decimal values down here, no decimals. And then all of these numbers go up into the greatest box or classification would be rational numbers, which would be all defined numbers, including decimals. And decimals. All defined numbers and decimals.